Hey everybody, nice and early in the morning today. My car broke down on the way to Walhalla. I had a crack in my radiator and it overheated while I was there, and on the way back I had to make sure that I didn't get a blown head or anything on my engine. So now, today, I am actually going to repair my out and about car. It's a Subaru Outback 3.6 litre engine, and I've got a radiator for it, which of course some of you know I work in the industry, and I'm going to change it. We had a customer who bought a radiator and it didn't fit, and he's got the same engine as mine. So I'm hoping that the one I ordered is exactly the same as well. So let's give it a go. So I just need to undo these two little guys. So I just want to make some clearance so I can see the top of the radiator properly. Just get these guys out. So I can take the cold air intake out. Take that off. Just like I said, I want to check it against the one I've got. I've got some plugs here. Oh, what that is, it's something different. Oh, that's part of the radiator's a cowling. Let's have a look. Alright, we've got all these here. I've got these screws here, 4 of them all up. I need to make sure they all match up on the actual new radiator. I've got the new radiator, this is this bloke. And the problem was, 2 of them, the pipes are in a different spot here, where the inlet pipes. And the mounting points were all different on the base, and also the mounts for the fans are in the wrong spot as well, and it must be for a 4-cylinder. This is a 6-cylinder, so I'm just checking now. For me, the inlet pipes line up, but the fan mounting points, this one lines up, that one, these 3 don't. So that tells me I have the wrong radiator, so time to get another radiator. Now of course I kind of thought this would happen, being that a customer just bought one and it didn't fit as well. So I'm going to send this back to the shop and order in the right radiator. Alright, we'll see you in a few days. Alright, so it's been a few days now and I've got the right radiator in, I hope. Let's find out, shall we? So I've set my car up on ramps. I have to now disconnect all my bits. Now the radiator itself has had some radiator flush put into it. It is very early in the morning because I want to go for a drive, and I can't go for a drive until I get this radiator changed over. Let's hope it's the right one this time. Right, we'll pop these off. I have driven the car since. We'll get this little air intake, cold air intake off. Now, if you guys don't realise it, I do work in this industry, so I have a fair idea on how to do stuff like this. Being that I've been in the industry for 30 years, so I do know a little bit about maintenance on cars. This beauty here, this is the radiator that needs to be removed. It is slightly warm. I'm going to grab the radiator out, this little fella. I'm not going to unpack it until I know that my bits line up. So, sorry I'm in your way. Let's see. I need to be happy. Yes. It's right. You couldn't see what I did there, but it's the right one. It actually lines up perfectly. Awesome, and let's get into it. I've got to drain the radiator, but I do need to remove the under splash guard underneath the car. So I'll get down under there, we'll have a look. There's water on the floor, so I need to cover that up. A nice giant beach towel I can put under it. Just want to see what I'm up for underneath. Make sure that comes out. Yeah, that comes loose. That's loose. I'm going to undo that one. A couple on the side here. Okay, so let's do it. Alright, what am I going to need? I'm going to need a screwdriver, and all the keys are falling out of my pockets. 10mm, 12mm, or a screwdriver, and some bits, some tools to pull out the plastic scrivets. Let's have a look. Okay, what's in behind here? Do this ourselves. Oh, I just got water in my ear. What do we got? Okay, what we've got here is a little bung. We'll take that bung out and drain the fluid. It'll drip onto the chassis, so I'm going to have to put a bucket under here somewhere. And then I need to undo the transmission hose here. The transmission hose here. This hose, whatever that is. Oh, that's a transmission hose. Okay, that transmission hose. And this hose here. So all the low points, anything that's fluid in there, it's got to come out. And by the time I undo all these, hopefully, I'll have to undo the power to the fans as well. Hopefully we'll get the radiator nicely lifted out. So I guess I'll start from I don't know, where do I start from? I'll get a bucket. So one bucket is going underneath. Just hoping the water doesn't just go all over the place. And I hope the bung's nice and loose actually. So that's going to come out easy enough. Let's see. Just move the camera back out the way. Let's see where this water. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that was smart, wasn't it? I guess that's not a very smart idea. Just screw that back in a little so it drips in. Oh my God, it's green. It's meant to be blue. Okay, we'll just let that drain. I did not expect that to do that. Stupid me, I should have known. I had the lid off at the top, so the pressure would have been just bursting out. We'll let that drain calmly and I'll wait. Okay, so now I have to take these scrivets out on the top cowling on this thing, so I can actually get access to some bolts up under here. So I've got a few out already. Just going to finish off by taking 2 more out. Which one's over here? I know there's a proper tool that rips these out, but now I've done this for a long time, so using a screwdriver works for me. That one there now comes out underneath, from underneath, what I can gather, looking at it. Like that. Whoop, hit the camera. And that comes out. And now I can access the 2 bolts that hold the radiator in. Now 12 millimeters. And I'll just undo them. And that's that one. Now what we have to do is disconnect these top hoses. A pair of pliers will probably do it. Getting these hose clips and lamps off, just like that. Good thing the car is still in good condition, so a lot of this stuff is very easy to work with, which is lucky for me. Some of the things didn't work out, but I just need to get this hose like that off. 1. And number 2. Put that out of the way for a sec. This would be a good test on the hoses too, to make sure they are not gone brittle on me. It should, in theory, now lift out. Ow! Okay, so the bottle gets in the way of the air conditioning line. So I'm going to have to take the bottle off so I can actually get the radiator out. And that is a 10mm socket. Okay, so this one here will come out. I've undone the sockets, and this should just come out now. Get it past there. There we go. That's the bottle. Now we should be able to lift this beauty out. What else is stopping it? And a hose there. What's that one? Don't tell me I've got to go under the car now to find out what's stopping it from coming out. It's a outlet pipe. I didn't disconnect it. Bottom pipe. I didn't actually disconnect it. Now it's drained. This thing should come out nice and easy now after all that. Sure enough, it doesn't. What's holding it now? There we go. And the radio is finally out. Oh my God. Looking a bit ratty in there. The radiator itself is caked in gunk. So I'm going to take it outside, or out the side of the car here, and I'm going to take the fans off it and start assembling the new one. So this is the gear here. This is the fan that has to come off. All the fan gear has to come off as well. Look at that. Look how bad that looks. That is so dirty. One of you can see that, I'm sure. Wondered why my car was overheating. There's a good reason for it. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off and place it onto my new one, which has all the all the same features. Everything's the same exactly. Well, how we go about it? Okay, what do I need? I'll need a 10mm socket. I've got my socket kit. I have a bunch of spare sockets because I lose my sockets all the time. So I have a 10mm socket kit just for occasions like this. So extension, let's start undoing them. So I think it's only these screws that hold it together. All this stays together. So I'm just loosening these up. Yes, so that must pull up and pull back. Ah, look at that. How good's that? Now look, how does that look? Fairly good. Not too bad. A little bit of oil on it, I think. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's coolant. That's all it is. I'll just quickly lean that up against here. Move this dirty old fella away. Get him out of the way so I don't need him anymore. Bring this fella down here to the light a bit. Now we're going to need to do it. It is actually this way. I'll turn that around, actually. We put it in exactly the same place that what the old one was. Okay. All we have to do now is put this back in. Lining up all the holes in here and making sure they all line up. Look at that. It fits. Now shall I put them back in? What really sucks about these cars is they don't have a temperature gauge in them. They have a light that turns off to say that the car's warm. It's a bit wrong. We need to know if the car's overheating. It will only tell us it's overheating when it's overheating, which is dangerous, I believe. So when I was travelling up to Walhalla that time, the fans were going like crazy, and that told me that there was something wrong. So this is why I checked the radiator and found the leak that I have. Right, that's together. Everything's put together again. It's already in one piece. I'm going to slide this back into its hole. Yeah. So I've got you on a slightly different angle. Got my radiator. Now I need to make sure it goes the right way around. Remember, I undid a clip underneath that I have to do up again. So when I'm under there, I'm going to have to make sure that gets put back on. Now carefully put this in without damaging the ribs. Check where I'm going here. It's a little bit tight, but the hoses are causing issues. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's done. Just now need to line the undercarriage up. On the bottom, there are little spikes, little holes where the spikes go in, and that guides the radiator into place. So I probably should go underneath and just make sure that those little holes line up so I can put it back in. Let's do it. There we go, got it. Drop straight in, nice. Make sure the bung's done up under there. All right, so now I need to just attach all the hoses again. Let's do it. That one there. We'll take that rubber off there now. There's a rubber on there to protect the bungs, these little rubbers. They just protect the metal so it doesn't get damaged while we're moving it around. I'm just going to slide the transmission hose on. If I can. Bloody hell. Like that. Slide this one on because the oil is dripping on me and it's driving me crazy. Put that one on. You can see like that. And they slip into a little spot there. So this one goes in first. That one goes in there. That one goes in there. Under here we've got a spot where it goes. Just attach that. And of course over here we've got another one. You probably can't see it on the camera there. There's just about like there. It's in. Need to plug the power back in, which I need to connect that back up too. Got it. Plug that back in. That's in. Connect our radiator hose, bottom radiator hose. Ow. Like so. Is it lined up properly? It certainly is, it's just tight. Oh, I gotta get that on. Put you down for a sec. It just needs a little bit more wiggly. And that's attached. Oh, that's a bit of a workout. So all I need to do under here now is just reattach all the hoses with the clamps and make sure that it doesn't come out off while I start the car. So I'll do that now. All right, up top. So heater, first top hose, second top hose, and I need to clamp this down. This fella goes in here like so. This fella goes in here like so. This one over here and this bung. This is not a lesson on how to do this. This is just me doing a vlog for my YouTube channel. Where in the world is Pierre? That one. That's good. It's all sitting nicely. I now shall put the bottle back in. What I might do though, I might give this bottle a bit of a clean so I can actually see the levels because it is pretty grubby. I'll do that and I'll bring it back. Okay, so I've got the hose, I've got the overflow bottle. We rinsed it as much as I could, it's just how it is. I put the rubber hose back in. Now I need to align it back up. I think it goes like that. Bring it down then here, and there's a little stubble at the end here that will line up with a little rubber, sort of like a little slot in there at the bottom there. So I need to throw that hose and line that up into that hole, which should wiggle in there nicely somehow. Well, this, oh, got it. Seemed to have dropped in. Pop the screw in. That one. Don't know where that hose goes. Sure it goes somewhere. Oh, it goes on there. Duh. Okay, all good. I knew that. I probably should have grabbed myself a new radiator cap as well, but the last radiator I bought had a cap with it. So it's a bit unusual getting a radiator without a cap. For me, anyway. The last couple of ones I bought had one already in it. But no doubt this cap's okay. I do work in the industry, so when I go back to work, I'll buy myself a new cap to put on there, just to be sure that everything's back to normal or kosher, safe. Right, that's on. Not too tight, just right. I need to clamp these back on here, pop these back on, so that they don't come off when I'm filling her up and heating it all up again. We'll pop that there. Grab that one. Oh, there's two top hoses. I guess it's probably because there's two heads on this, because it's a 6-cylinder boxer engine. So, yeah, so it's going to be a bit different. Okay, everything is back on. Solid. Just double check everything to make sure everything is connected. So water pipe left bank, water pipe right bank. All the power's connected up. I haven't undone anything in here. All the fans are done up. Water coolant overflow bottles hooked up. I'll just go under quickly and check underneath to make sure everything's hooked up properly under there, just as precautionary. Hose, yes, I put the clamp on. Clamps on. Hose, yes, clamped on. I'm going to degrease this engine. Everything looks good. All the power's connected. It should be ready to go. Let's fill her up, shall we? It's ready to go. Let's top her up. I've got to get myself a little funnel, and I've got to find out how much fluid I need to put in here, because it's got to be 50-50, and I can't put all the concentrate in. I'll have to put a measurement. I'll have to put a measurement of concentrate in. So I'll be back. I'll find out how much fluid I actually need. So I've checked out the charts, and it says it needs about 7 litres, 6.6 litres. Now I'm going to do it 50-50. So this is a 5 litre bottle. So I'm going to empty it down to about 2.5 litres into the car, and then I'm going to top the rest of it up with water. So here we go. I have a funnel. Hopefully this will be okay. We'll do it anyway. Let's see how it goes here. It's pouring all right. Not even a litre in yet. Look, geez. Why? I've noticed the Subarus, they have very small filler hoses, holes. Really strange. Don't know why. I might leave it at that. 2.25, because I know there was a little bit of coolant, because I didn't do a full flush. So I know there's a little bit of coolant left in there. Also, I'm going to disconnect this hose, because this is a top hose. It's the highest hose on the car because the car's tilted upward at the moment. So all the air is going to come this way. So it helps bleed the system. This is something I forgot I had to do, which I'll do right now. I'll remove this hose once again, like this. So it's going to be the highest point. Once coolant starts building up to here, that's when I can put it back on. So I can just sit it above the actual radiator line, which is also tilted upward so that the air is going to come out this one first. it's probably the only one. It's probably same height as the other one. Hopefully it'll all just sort of push out that way. So I'll leave that disconnected while I'm filling it with water and wait for it to come to out the top. Now, got to get some water. So what would that have been as 5? So I probably measured it pretty good, to be honest, because it didn't have much coolant in it before either. Right. So if I tilt that down, is there going to be air coming out? Yes. Put this hose on. Losing coolant or water, really. Oh, we'll put that back on. Just like that. I'm going to check there's no leaks first. Once there's no leaks, I'm going to assemble all the undercarriage of the car, put it all back together, and then we shall take the car off the ramps, warm it up with the lid loose, and see how it goes, and make sure that the bubbles are out, and we'll just squeeze the hose to try and push out as much air bubbles as we can. At the moment, it does seem like it's got no air in there. According to a couple of guys on YouTube, the way to find out if there's no air in your system is to actually find a heater hose at the front or the back of the engine and make sure both heater hoses are hot. If one's not hot, then you can be assured that there's no water flowing through it. So it's a good idea. So I'll pop the heater on as well, let the air blow through, and we'll do that. So I'll assemble it back up and I'll come back to you once I'm done. Okay, so far we have no leaks. I'm now just going to warm up the engine. We'll check for air pockets and we'll make sure she runs. Once it's running, we'll just do a bit of a clean up and we're done. Yeah. So I did a bit of a warm up test and I've checked and it is starting to pressurise, so I kept the cap off. But they say that this heater hose and these heater hoses should be the same temperature. At the moment, that heater hose is warm, this one's cold. And the idea is to disconnect this and let the air out here. That bleeds the system. I'll give it a go. I'm not getting that off, not in a hurry anyway. We hear crunching, so I'm worried that I'm actually damaging the hose trying to get it off. Wonder. No, it is not budging. I'll put the clamp back on, we'll try another way. Okay, so that's the failure, I can't get that off. I'm going to warm the car up a bit more. I'll let it run a bit, see what happens, and we'll see if it actually comes good. Might have to just leave the cap off until all the air bubbles come out. Give the car a rev so the water moves, circulates, and keep the heater on until the whole car's properly hot, and go from there. I'm going to pressurise it soon too. Okay, so I've taken it for a 15-minute drive, and everything seems to be good. The heater came on, it came pretty hot. So that means, yeah, that's nice and hot now. That is actually hot. That means that the air bubbles are out, and looks like the overflow bottle's starting to fill up a little bit. That happens normally. And look for leaks now. That's the hoses, that's the other hose, it's not leaking. There's nothing leaking down there. Everything's dry. You can see under the car. Been sitting here for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, no leaks. That's just water from what I've been doing already. It looks good. Everything looks like I am now. Going to clean up my mess and I'm going to head off to Foster. Today we're going to go and do a walkabout in the town. All right, that's in the next video. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. I've noticed it might be a little bit uninteresting, but these are the things you go through and the trials you go through, trying to keep a YouTube channel running and keeping the car going. You know, this car's an old car now. It's not 16 years old. And I do all my own repairs on them. So save myself a packet of money. It's not under warranty, so why worry about it? It's in good nick. I'm capable, and it was a job well earned. It cost me $300, so it's going to take about 3 months to earn that back on YouTube. All right, guys. Cheers.